Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, a ubiquitous organization here in our greater Baton Rouge area and throughout the country is the Boys and Girls Club. And we are lucky enough to be joined by Pat Van Berkelio, who is the President and Chief Professional Officer and also has been named the Executive of the Year by Boys and Girls Club of America. And we are so glad to have you, Pat Van Berkelio. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to be
And
here.
congratulations on the big award. I know it's not about the awards, but it's got to be nice to be recognized.
It is. It's nice. It was voted on by my peers, which means a whole lot that they recognize the body of work that I've done. It's very humbling that the success that we've had is not due to me, but really my great staff and wonderful board members and volunteers who've been part of it. You know, I've been here 22 years, and unfortunately, some of those board members have already passed on, like John Roberts, who worked for Exxon, was really the grandfather of Boys and Girls Club. Really? John Manda from Manda Fine Meats, and even Darren Schutz, who passed away recently. I mean, we've had some great people involved with Boys and Girls Clubs, and that's what this award's really about, the whole body of Boys and Girls Club, not just me.
Over those 22 years, how have things changed? What have you seen come and go and change over the course of those?
Well, one of the first changes that really happened was we were just a boys club when I started, and now we're Boys and Girls Club. So we're serving actually more girls now than we're actually serving boys here in East Baton Rouge Parish. I think we used to have a philosophy that kids were better off in our building, in our program, than on the streets. And we tried to do some good things, but it was that they were there was more important. Now our philosophy's kind of changed a little bit more, that we want to be more outcome driven, that we know that kids come to us with lots of deficits. And so while they're in our programs, we got to really be addressing those deficits, not just keeping them away from something, but adding something to their lives. So we try really hard to improve their academics, improve character, and then teach them good, healthy lifestyles. Are kind of our three pillars that we work with at Boys and Girls Clubs.
Summertime has got to be an especially important time for you and for the boys and girls that are involved in the club.
Definitely. We do summer enrichment programs. We have 9 summer enrichment programs that are all full. We have waiting lists at all of our sites at this time. It's a long day. We do 10-hour days. Wow. But one of the biggest things that kids have that we work with is this huge summer learning loss. The kids will start school behind where they left last year. So we've been trying really for the last 3 or 4 years to improve that summer learning loss. Last year in our summer enrichment program, we had summer reading gains of 3 months in just 6 weeks.
Wow.
So we really see that the programs, curriculums, and involvement we have in the kids' life is really making a difference.
I understand that the Greater Baton Rouge Boys and Girls Club is a little bit different than other clubs around the country.
We'd love y'all to take that ownership. Cox has been always a big supporter of Boys and Girls Club. So we are kind of school-based or non-facility based of our own. You go to most towns, you go to New Orleans or Lafayette, they have built brick and mortar buildings and kids come to them.
Right.
We are more school-based, and we have a partnership with a charter school and Parks and Recreation, BREC. And so we use other people's facilities and bring our programs to the kids, which we can capture the kids. Our average daily attendance is probably a little higher than on a national level because kids are there. They don't have to walk across the street or catch a bus to get to us. We capture them right when they get there. So.
How about if you wanted to volunteer or just find out more, what should people do?
Well, they can go to our website, which is Be Great Baton Rouge. And we have a wonderful program that reading is very important for us in the summer. So we're looking for people to read to our kids. Having people model reading is very important for kids' reading abilities. So we have this whole program about reading to kids in the morning.
What a great deal. Pat Van Berkelio, the President and CPO of the Boys and Girls Club and Executive of the Year, named by the Boys and Girls Club of America. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
When we come back,